Blackleg is the most severe disease of canola in Australia. It causes a lot of yield loss. If we don't manage blackleg properly, it'll totally kill our crops. So a lot of effort in the industry is put to try and control blackleg. Now as a grower, it's crucially important that you know how much disease you're getting so that you can make informed decisions for future years. Is your crop okay? Do you have low levels of disease? Can you continue your current management practices? Or is the disease getting quite severe and you need to change things to reduce that yield loss? Now the first indicator you'll see as a grower that blackleg's an issue is actually dead and dying plants. In this row here, you can see this plant, the crown of the plant is completely rotted away and the plant's become separated from its roots. Obviously the plant falls over and dies and there's going to be no yield from that plant at all. Now as a grower, that's totally obvious. When you start seeing that in your crop, obviously you're going to panic. But really what we want to get through to growers is that there's a lot of disease occurring before the plant actually falls over and dies. So it's crucially important that you also go to the effort of pulling plants out of the ground and just having a look to see how far that disease has progressed. So if we just go through and we pull these plants out, and we can see straight away there's a couple there which are totally rotten, roots becoming detached. That's obvious. But what about these plants here? For all intents and purposes, these plants look reasonably healthy. Have they got low levels of disease which are going to cause yield loss? Now the only way to determine that is to have a pair of secateurs and have a look to see what's going on inside. Where the canker forms is right between the junction of the roots and the top of the plant. So it's right there is where that canker forms in the plant. So that's what we do, is we find that spot there, we cut them off. If we can start to see a canker, we can cut it off right there. Otherwise, we just cut it off at that junction between the roots and the stem. We cut them all off, and then we have a look inside to see what's going on. And you can see in these plants here, they're not too bad, but you can see, although the plant looked totally healthy before, we're now starting to see there's some actual disease occurring inside. And that's really what you need to know as a grower, is what level of this disease is. If it's around there, it's around 50%, so that's not causing yield loss yet, but it's getting close to causing yield loss. This one's probably okay. This one again is getting close to causing yield loss. So it's critically important to go to the effort to pull your plants out of the ground, to cut them open and have a look inside to see what level of infection is occurring. Because we know that more than 50% of infection or discoloration of the crown will cause yield loss, and that's what you need to know as a farmer.